What's up, everybody? It's the Alex Leak and Friends NFL podcast, back for another week. I am your host, Alex Leak, and this is the 2019 Week 5 Indianapolis Colts 2-2 Colts at the 4-0 Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. Big game in Week 5 and a rematch of the AFC divisional round in the playoffs, which the Chiefs took it to the Colts in Arrowhead. This game again in Arrowhead, but with Jacoby Brissett as the Colts quarterback instead of Andrew Luck. And let me go ahead and say I love the Colts game plan in this game. But anyways, let's get into it. Undefeated Chiefs start the game out. Harrison Butker hits a 29-yard field goal. Chiefs take a 3-0 lead. Colts would come back down the field, and Jacoby Brissett would rush in for a 1-yard touchdown. Colts take a 7-3 lead. Now, I had some friends that were like, Jacoby Brissett, when Luck retired, they were like, season's over. We're not going to be able to go where we want to go without Andrew Luck. He's the franchise. He's a top quarterback. He's an elite quarterback in this league. We're not going to be able to do it. I said, pump the brakes. Jacoby Brissett, in my opinion, is the best backup in football and is a borderline starter. And with all the weapons there in Indy, he can come in and do just fine. And Jacoby Brissett showing off his wheels here to give the Colts a 7-3 lead, and I agree. I feel like he's done a great job this year. Quarterback for the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, fires a 27-yard touchdown pass to wide receiver Byron Pringle. Put the Chiefs up 10-7. Ridiculous play by Patrick Mahomes, running away, doing like a big circle, running behind the line of scrimmage to get away from the Colts to pass rush, buying time, and finding the open Pringle in the end zone. So 10-7 Chiefs. Then veteran kicker Adam Vinatieri would come down and hit a 32-yard field goal to tie the game at 10. And Jacoby Brissett would throw an interception to Chiefs safety Tyrann Mathieu as they were driving, so a bad pick there. But then Adam Vinatieri would add a 32-yarder, but right before to end the first half. Colts lead 13-10 at halftime. And you could just tell, even in the first half, that the Colts were doing a great job of limiting Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs' offensive possessions. They weren't allowing, they're going to run the ball and milk the clock and slowly, methodically drive down the field. And the Colts were perfectly fine taking field goals. And that's something I emphasize is that, if you're playing good D, if you're running the ball and limiting possessions, 3 points can be a win. Points. If you get down there, points are big. So every time, if you get points on every possession, you're going to win most of the time, even if it's with 7 field goals. So, anyways, I like the game plan. Another Vinatieri 31-yard field goal would make it 16-10 Indy. And you see it, not many opportunities for the Chiefs in the entire second half with 5 minutes left in the game. On their own 35-yard line, the Chiefs had only put up 10 points the entire game. This looks like a desperation move here by head coach Andy Reid. On 4th and 1, decides to go for it from his own 35, and with 5 minutes still left on the clock, I thought this was a bad decision. Punt it away. It's not like the Colts are running away with this game. Andy Reid goes for it, and ex-Chief, now Indianapolis Colt linebacker Justin Houston makes the play, tackles running back Damian Williams for a loss of 1 and a turnover on downs. Justin Houston with a great game, returning to his old home in Kansas City. But yeah, I disagree with Andy Reid's decision to go for it here. I understand they were frustrated with not scoring enough and trailing throughout this game, but now is not the time to, it's pretty much like you're showing your hand like you're getting frustrated. So, Colts take advantage. Vinatieri makes a 29-yard field goal, and it's 19-10 Colts. Harrison Butker makes a 36-yard field goal to cut the lead to 19-13 with just over a minute left. But the onside kick by the Chiefs after that is recovered by the Colts. And the Colts shock the Chiefs in Arrowhead, 19-13. handing Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, and the Kansas City Chiefs their first loss of the season. Now, the Chiefs had a hard time all game stopping the run. Um, Marlon Mack was a beast. And the Colts' 45 rush attempts are the most in a non-overtime game since 1997. Very impressive. I think for the Colts, as a franchise, uh, most rush attempts in a non-overtime game for the Colts since 1997. So nice to see them committed to the run. This is the people want to always say, I hate this argument. People are always telling me, oh, running backs are a dime a dozen, and running backs don't matter in the NFL anymore. It's a passing league, and all the MVP every year is a quarterback nowadays. Well, running backs matter, and you see it in this game more than ever. Marlon Mack combines for 148 yards and milks the clock. Long, lengthy possessions by the Colts, taking time off the clock, keeping their defense rested, and limiting the amount of possessions Patrick Mahomes has to work with the ball. Everyone knows he's a gunslinger that can put up 50 points on you if you're not careful. So, to limit Mahomes and the Chiefs to 13 points in this game is a major win. Now, it might have contributed that no Tyreek Hill, no Sammy Watkins, who got hurt in this game and didn't return. So the lack of weapons is definitely a thing, but you can only beat the team on the field. So big win for the Colts. Jacoby Brissett combines for 160 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Nothing crazy statistically for him, for the Colts offense. Vinatieri, reliable. He started the year out a little rough, but kicks 4 for 4 in this game, all pretty short field goals, 1 for 1 on extra points. Justin Houston, in his return to Arrowhead, records a sack and 2 tackles for loss, including one that resulted in a turnover on downs. For the Chiefs side, Patrick Mahomes throws 22 of 39 for 321 yards and a touchdown, no turnovers. Mahomes falls to 1-3 career on Sunday Night Football. Interesting stat there. The Chiefs couldn't get their running game going on the other side. It was a one-dimensional offense. And their leading receiver, Byron Pringle, 6 catches for 103 yards and a touchdown. Kicker Harrison Butker goes 2 for 2 on field goals, 1 of 1 on extra points. And an interesting note on the Chiefs defense. The Chiefs made these changes, brought in Steve Spagnuolo, brought in Frank Clark, brought in Tyrann Mathieu, did all these changes to the defense to try and fix their issues. And looking at this stat, the Chiefs have allowed 3 100-yard rushers this season. That's tied for the most in the NFL. So defense seems to be a problem for the Chiefs once again, and the recipe for beating any elite quarterback is to run the ball, limit their possessions, limit their ability. You keep the ball away from, I don't care if it's Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Patrick Mahomes, I don't care who it is. You keep the ball out of their hands, they're not going to be able to light you up for 40 points and 500 yards. So I love the game plan by the Colts. Great job by Frank Reich. And big win. Sammy Watkins getting hurt in this game definitely, helped. But that's the staple for how you beat the Kansas City Chiefs. The Texans up next in Week 6 will be the 3-2 Houston Texans at the 4-1 Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead. Deshaun Watson at Patrick Mahomes. That's going to be a hell of a game. That should be a shootout. I can't wait to watch that one. The Colts head into their bye at 3-2 and will get rested and get ready for a division game in Week 7 against the Houston Texans. Texans sitting at 3-2 right now will be heading to Lucas Oil Field to take on the 3-2 Colts in Week 7. So this was the shocker of the week, really. Colts over Chiefs. I think Raiders over Bears was impressive too, but great win for the Colts, and I think, this team's underrated. They really are. Their ceiling, I don't even care. Their defense is playing well. I like the Justin Houston addition in the offseason. Marlon Mack, ever since late in the year last year, has really come on and is a beast. He's a load. He's a tough running back to tackle. Marlon Mack reminds me a little bit of a young Frank Gore. And so, if they can keep this up, Jacoby Brissett, keep taking care of the football. That's another way you beat these kind of quarterbacks and these kind of teams is you protect the football. You don't turn it over. And if Jacoby Brissett can do those things, play game manager, do just enough, along with Marlon Mack and the defense, man, this team can go pretty far, even in the playoffs, I think. So big win. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Major win for the Colts. The Chiefs suffer their first loss of the year, and we'll see if they can bounce back in Week 6 with another home game against Deshaun Watson and the Texans. So, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Tell me what you guys think. I'll keep these episodes coming out. And have a great week, guys. Peace out.